Hello, I'm Kate Sobrano. Tonight's Australian story is about a man who I first met on Dancing with the Stars. David Graham is a farmer. He's a farmer who pushes many boundaries, and sometimes his dreams put him at odds with others, including his own family. This is his story.
Come up. Come up, come on. Good girl. Dogs are my life. You come home to your own dog and it's so excited to see you, and it says, you know what, I don't judge you. I don't think that you did so bad today or anything like that. I don't care about any of that. All I care about is that you're home and you're safe and you're here with me.
And David's childhood was tough. Well, I'm not saying he's a dog boy, but yeah, he just learnt to just be like the dogs, and they became his best friend.
I can remember one time he was being naughty and I said, if you keep that up, you can go and sleep outside with the dogs.
So that was a pretty good incentive for me to be naughty because I thought it was fantastic. I'm like, yes, I don't have to sleep alone in my bed. I get to go and hang out with my mates.
I realised then he was deliberately trying to be naughty so he could go outside with the dogs. So that came to an abrupt end.
You go way back, go way back.
There were so many high expectations of David. He was going to be the one that would carry forward my father's dream.
Yeah, quick, come behind.
He would run the farm, he would get married, he would have children. And then that next generation would keep it this whole empire that my father has built going.
Stop. Come, quick. I think I was born specifically to take on the farm. That's what I was always led to believe as a kid. It was my duty to take it on.
Hey, you go back to Mum. Go back to Mum.
It was something that I wanted to do, but at the same token, it definitely didn't close off the rest of the world to me.
Are you ready for Big Brother 2006?
Here's this kid from Gundawindi on this big glitzy TV show in the city. I think that it was a positive experience. It definitely helped me deal with many of my demons.
David came out on live television. My heart sank, honestly, and you do question people's integrity.
I just feel like a whole lot of the things you said to me were bull.
I knew David long before I ever saw him on Big Brother, which I think was a bad move, David.
It's not fair.
There's a stereotype you want to break down. You try and not reinforce it by going on some sort of paranoid, voyeuristic load of rubbish, which was Big Brother.
This is Dancing with the Stars live.
Let's hear the Farmer Dave story.
It's a man's world. Certainly did give David a springboard into the media spotlight, which he does enjoy. And he's like a moth, I guess. It does attract him, or they're attracted to him.
You looked great right up until you started dancing, unfortunately.
By the time I came along, Dad was in his 50s. He had this little kid that he had to deal with that I think was quite different to his other children. I spent most of the years before school out with Dad, be it on the grader or just sitting on the back of the ute, out of the way, out of trouble.
We were grading down this fence line when we first come here. David sat on the outside. The blade caught a stump. David shot out of the seat, but I pulled up and decided there's only one thing to do. I found a bit of rope and laced him to the back of the seat.
He tied me in with big, thick flax rope and totally coiled me in so that I couldn't move. Yeah, I spent the entire day just tied into this bloody, tied as all hell to the side of the door.
His father didn't talk to him a lot. It was just, follow me, I'm in a hurry, and keep up or miss out.
There's plenty of times where I'd be left at a gate.
One time, David was extremely dehydrated. Then Max came home and he just said, well, I left him there and drove away.
He'd keep going, and then, you know, it's a 14K jog to get back to the homestead.
Yeah, I'm a different dad. You've got to be prepared to walk the line and accept life as it is. It's not a game. And be responsible. And a lot of people find that just hard to, it gives them indigestion, actually.
Dad would have got angry or being rough or chastising me. I'd start crying, which he always saw as the ultimate weakness, and you know, he'd beat me to stop crying, and then, but Mum would not stop him, but she'd always come in and speak to me afterwards and tell me to be strong and tell me that, you know, all you've got to do is do what your dad says and you'll be right, you'll get through.
Yes, that happened a lot. That's where I felt my role was, to compensate for Max. So, yeah, I was there for the balancing act. What about the time one of the workmen put you down a post hole?
Yeah, and then forgot about me and left me
Left
down
you
the
there. I think David always felt that he was never going to achieve anything like his father or never get his father's approval. But Max, he's just not one that praises people all the time.
No, because once a kid thinks they're better than they are, you're creating a problem. A child works up to a level. When they've achieved that level, they prepare for the next one. And then you praise them when they've reached that. It's like climbing a ladder.
As I grew older, he became much rougher and much quicker to be frustrated by what I was not doing right in his eyes. Going away to boarding school, you know, suddenly I was exposed to this whole world and learning stuff and not being chastised from my dad from learning. A lot of the time, there was something missing. I didn't think that I was gay at all. Was that as I matured, that admiration of men that was inside me turned more and more to actual attraction. And then there was just this most disgusting and abhorrent battle that happened inside me.
Everyone called him a fag and said he was gay, and, you know, he used to get picked on quite a bit at school.
He was horrifically bullied at that school, and I'd witnessed it. I walked into the dorms and I could hear all these boys chanting and, sorry, I'm getting emotional again, picking on him. My brother just cowering in the corner with this huge group of boys. I just scooped him up and took him away.
What we're about to receive, may the Lord make us truly thankful. For Christ's sake, amen. Amen. He left school, but he made friends away from the locals. I think that's where David's took a slightly different approach.
In 1999, one weekend, a mate of mine decided that, yeah, we'll head off to Sydney. Yeah, so I walked into a modelling agent with my boots and my jeans and my big belt buckle and my funny outback accent, and they fell for it, and next thing I knew I was on a plane and off I went to Europe.
Yeah, it was opposite what I would do. Yeah, I'm not for it. I must be